already into it with this one right here, into it with this, and with with the whole thing, especially with this one coming through. You got the one mic though, one mic and everything else, 9.5. You got the 9.5, especially with 9.5 coming through, 9.5, but one mic, you got the one mic and everything else, especially how these one mics come in, how they come rich and everything else, but you just got with the 9.5, something 9.5 and everything else, but especially with the one mic and everything else, how everything else comes through, and how these you know how these ones come through, because I expect some Asia, type of heat on these ones, and everything else, coming through the soups is.
9. Anything I do that's heartfelt. I told my man stop posting your girl, I feel like she's our girl. Got a little weed in the yard, now you're going to like you're in a cartel. Never been to the Gaza, you just grew up on cartel. I'm from the ends of the rascals, and Dizzy Rascal. What? When I was at DHL, they didn't know I really wanted to drop off a parcel. Look at the way that I've blossomed. They dropped week later, forgotten. Analyzer, I can smell all the grew up on cartel. I'm from the ends of the rascals, and Dizzy Rascal. What? When I
Ooh, I'm from the ends in the roster. Ooh, I'm from the ends in the roster. Did he just put I'm from the ends in the roster? And just from the ends in the roster, and then how the whole thing is, Spearing too, he said, hey, with the Spearing 9.
I'm from the ends of the rascals, and Dizzy Rascal. What? When I was at DHL, they didn't know I really wanted to drop off a parcel. Look at the way that I've blossomed. They dropped week later, forgotten. Analyzer, I can spot all the wrong ones. Yeah, I'm in a whip, blaring gunman shift. Although I never been into guns and shit, I'm at the age I can chop down mums and shit. I love this shit. Although I'm in a whip, blaring gunman shift. Although I never been into guns and shit, I'm at the age I can chop down mums and shit. I love this shit. Self-aware, so prepared, that the kid, don't you dare. Debonair, ready for this career, this ain't no picnic here. Listen here, yeah, hard to compare when I feel so different. Let me display the difference. You dare, debonair, ready for this career, this ain't no picnic here. Listen here, yeah, hard to compare when I feel so different. Let me display the difference.
Ooh, hard to compare when I feel so different, and then I had to wear service there, like the flows and everything else, like you just got those different, different batterists, like he's putting different, slatterists into it and everything else, like he said, it's harder different things, and especially with the whole thing, like he's like them patchers and everything else, different blows and different all type of other, and cooldomisms like into that, that whole sprees coming through that bubble, that sprees.
Didn't care about writing in 019. Now I feel like it was written. How'd I get this good in 2 years? Their progress nowhere near. Javon say it's soon gone clear. I can end a tune right here, so in-house. When I first started recording, all in my house, learned the basics, they're not calling me out. Things I like to 18 ain't cool to me now. That right there is real growth. Day to day, still in my still toes. I ain't embarrassed with the path that I chose. They're claiming the road, but getting no dough, I know. Look at these, man. Bully beef, man. Cheap, man. Growth. Day to day, still in my still toes. I ain't embarrassed with the path that I chose. They're claiming the road, but getting no dough, I
ain't embarrassed for the path that I chose. That right there, that really hits, in all kinds of, areas, because I ain't embarrassed for the life that I chose, embarrassed for the things that he did, hey, this is the things you put yourself into, like you can't be embarrassed, hey, people think what they think, everybody has their own type of, everybody has their own opinion, their own exposure, everything, like, hey, so you put it how you put it, and you can't really be, strict on what you did, because it's already what it is.
I know. Look at these, man. Bully beef, man. Cheap, man. Bring nothing to the table on a seat, man. Ain't been getting no love saying we, man. Same man, I want to pre, man. Got a little bit, I need a bit more. Outside early, I seen a bit more. Right now, I swear I never been so sure. Give me 3 years, I'll be on a tour. Can't extend my verse, I gotta get to work. Them man just look high all the time. How's the music meant to work? Let me mind my own business. I guess that's part of the business. I'm only in whips that are tinted. She saw the yachty and thinks that I'm minted. But babe, give me time, space, marathon, it's not a race. 019, got a little case, luckily I got away. He was in sales living off the old day. They asked him my name, I knew he wouldn't say. Real hombre, I was praying that he got an FA. This year I just want respect. Next year I'm coming to collect. I just want to be in the functions, and it's my tunes that they select. Them man are shooting targets, but they ain't aiming correct. Odds in my favour, I'm taking bets. Thank God for life, he knows what's next. Bad for you, man ain't bad for me. All the risks what you making annually. Tax man, all your man is taxing me. All these tax on me, make her wanna throw it back for me. Pen face, but it's the back for me. So a man can't chat to me.
Hey, that's how we coming too, he put some, all type of, or the lyrics through it, but this one right here with the one mic 9-5, especially with this whole thing, especially with 9-5, me's actually seeing who he is, especially me coming around to this one and everything else, but the 9-5, something equal is, everything else, but just his whole menaces of bars, he was coming in with a purpose, like, everything else, the whole purpose and the main thing, but with everything else, make sure you guys definitely tune in with this one and this whole thing right here. But you got with the 9-5 and the one mic, with with this.